So what's this bull bar, Dad?
It's just an old LandCruiser, huh?
That'll do the job?
Yep.
So Dad reckons put the UHF down here rather than put it up here because that's very in line with the passenger side. What do you think?
I quite like it there, but it is a bit low.
Well, good day and welcome back to another episode. As you would have seen, we have just cut the antenna bracket off an old bar that Dad had down the road. It was off a, what was that off?
200 series.
So that was off a 200 series. Now, we are about to cut into and weld on the new bracket onto our brand new TJM bar. And that's probably a little bit, I don't know, scary maybe.
It is a little bit, but listen, what are our options? I mean, we've got the aerial mounted on the base of the bull bar, but listen, really, it should be higher up.
Yep.
So we got two options. One, we put it in the center of the bull bar, and that obstructs our driving ability. So all you see is you see an antenna straight in front of you. So what are we going to do?
Well, as you've just seen, and probably by the title of this video, we're going to we're actually going to enhance this TJM bar, and we're going to put another UHF antenna mount. So, let's get to it. Obviously, we've got the short antenna, but Uniden have been kind enough to send us this absolute whopper of an antenna, which is why it's led us to make this decision. Now this one here, it is the ATX970, and I'm just trying to see how many decibel. It is the 6.6 decibel. So we've got the short one, and now we've got the massive one for when we do our larger trips away, and obviously depending on the terrain that we're going to as well. So hopefully this turns out quite nice.
First, we drilled a hole into the bar just below where the mount is going. We want to run the wire through the bar, which will help keep everything tidy. As you can see, Dad is cleaning the area we're about to weld to. Wild to be grinding a brand new bar. The bare metal ensures a good surface area for the weld. You simply can't weld through paint. We first put a few tack welds down and got the position of the mount right where we wanted it. We then slowly went around the mount, welding it on. Slowly is the key here. You don't want to put heaps of heat through the metal, otherwise it could bend or warp and give you a whole bunch of other issues. After it was all welded on and had the chance to cool down, we filled up the weld with filler. Now, this is purely to give the end result a factory finish look. You don't necessarily need to do this. It doesn't enhance the structural integrity by any means.
I'll just put a bit more filler in there.
Feather it out.
Feather it out, get all the scratches out of it. Okay, we've just put some filler in. We rubbed it with a bit of 180, now we're going with a bit of 240. Get all those scratches out. Next coat, we'll just put a bit of UV primer over the filler there. And we're only going to paint one section of it. We'll just scuff it down and paint it with some satin black.
Dad has done a brilliant job on adding this UHF antenna mount to the TJM bull bar. So right now he's just doing the final sanding and feathering it out. He's welded it on, and then we've put some filler in the seam just to smooth it off and make it look like factory. Once he finishes feathering that out, we'll get it prepped and ready for paint.
Bit of fine filler. These go in small little pinholes. So when we put some UV primer in, it doesn't have to fill up any of the pinholes. Look at that, ready to go.
One of the annoying things of this job is, obviously, because the aerial is moving from down here to up here, that means that we've got to take out the antenna, line cable that runs from there all the way through the firewall and into the cab. And last time we had such a small spot to put it, it was a mission. So hey, now we've got to take that one out and then run the new line in. So got to do what you got to do. We're able to get the old wire out. Well, we're probably going to reuse this one, but we just need to reposition it. Just like when we painted the car, we masked it up because we don't want any overspray when we paint this little section of the bull bar to go over our wonderful paint job. So always pays to take the time and mask up properly.
Just put on the UV primer, and so we're going to use a UV light to actually set it. It's the same thing as when you go to your dentist, you get a filling, they put this light on, it instantly sets. Same type of stuff.
Pretty cool, eh?
Yep.
We've primed it, we've hit it with the gun. Now Dad's just finished sanding the primer, and now we can hit it with some paint. So we got it all painted, well, Ricky painted it, and it looks fantastic. So we've got it up to the workshop. Now we're gonna put the base of the antenna in, but we're actually gonna try to feed the wire through the bull bar and down, just so you can't see any wires, because the last thing that I like on a four-wheel drive is seeing those people that have got their antenna wire and then just zip tied around the whole bull bar. We don't want that, we want a clean look. Wire runs from here all the way down, underneath, and then through.
Now we got it on, fed through. The fun bit, let's put the aerial on.
We have absolutely finished and nailed it. I think that the tab that we've added on for the UHF antenna, it looks factory. I'm very keen to see what TJM are gonna think, but I reckon it is unreal. I think it's something that they should actually come out with on all their bars. The bracket that we've got for Uniden is great. I guess time will tell to see how the rattle goes. At the moment, let me say, if I move it up, one hand. If I move it up, one hand, it's got a little bit of a rattle, so I want to see how that goes on some corrugations. It's interesting. Let's call that first position. Second, the third position, that's where it doesn't rattle the least. So it's very interesting. We'll see how that goes. But the 75 is looking unreal. If you've watched this far, I know it was probably a bit of a shorter episode, bit of a bonus episode. Thank you so much. We'll see you on the next one.